Yeah, you get to stand up.
Annual anniversary of Decembrist Standa praздник, the square was renamed Decembrist Square. Bus will be parked there as well.
Look at all the where bullets, yeah, they come in here. Dude, right here. Check it out. Where's that?
Arena.
Yes?
This way, please, this way, this way, this way. St. Patrick's Church was a small wooden building. It was built in 1712, which was lost among the bigger buildings of the growing capital. That's why it was pulled down.
Put your feet like
The
that
second
now.
St. Patrick's Church
this up
was
like
built
that.
on the place where
Okay,
you
now
could
hold on
see
your knee.
the
Now
monument
stand
to
up.
the grave. And again, the
Good
second
job.
church was built on
Was the major Russian Orthodox cathedral in the city, and major services took place here. Then 1917 revolution. The church continued being open for services, Russian Orthodox services, until 1930. But then Kirov closed the church and it became a museum. Here they had the posters which would read, "Religion is not here for the people. Religion is for the poor people, because the rich want you to work hard, endure poverty, hardships, but they promise that you'll have paradise after you die. But they enjoy paradise in their lifetime at your expense. So religion is needed only before by the rich. Religion is more popular for the people. Here they demonstrated an experiment, which was a pendulum of Foucault pendulum. Instead of star, a symbol of the holy baptism in the church, there was a pendulum fixed to it, and it was 270 feet long, 90 meters long pendulum, in which the balls with a cash ball 50 kilograms in weight. If the pendulum sometimes would push to go back and forth along the meridian, so again they will see that the pendulum will change its way. But the guy who explained, no, it's not the pendulum, it's changing its way. It's the pendulum, the number one. But the whole number one is the center of the universe, and then the Bible has multiplied. The pendulum is the foundation of all communism and the church is over.
So you can see very beautiful lighting.
But it's tough to get in my skin.
Die Gemälde oder die Bilder, sie wurden ausgeführt, als die Wände von dieser Kathedrale feucht waren.
Before. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Well, I can assure you it's going to be a much nicer experience than going to a dentist. And at the very high spire, you can see that's the St. Olaf's Church. It used to be the highest cathedral in the world. But as it was the highest object in the city and in the world, the lightning has struck it over for 11 times. Because you all know that the lightning has a tendency to hit the highest object, Graham, and the other one is Neil Armstrong. So you see that the houses that surround the old town are actually quite new. City itself is medieval, but the oldest houses you can see outside the city wall goes to the 19th century. And the thing is that it was strictly forbidden to build stone houses outside the city wall, or to have any trees outside the city wall, because if somebody was, for example, there is one word pulm in Estonian, it means wedding. In Finnish, the same word means trouble. We have 14 different cases, and we don't have future tense, and we don't distinguish between the sexes when we talk about he or she. So we use only one word for he or she. So in Estonian language, we also joked down to the palace. It's not allowed to just drive through with a big bus, because it's our president's residence is also near to the old palace, and that's why it's not allowed to go there with just drive through with big buses. There are separate routes that go there, and so you won't be able to see it. The palace was actually built by the orders of Peter the Great for his summer home when Peter the Great conquered the start of the Swedish kingdom. In 1600, Estonia became a part of the. In 1700, Estonia became part of the Russian Empire. In 1918, a republic was declared, and a short overview of Estonian history. If you want to get more details, then please feel free asking me whenever you want. So this is going to be our first photo stop. So we get off and I will.
This is our first stop in Estonia. This is the open air concert where hundreds and hundreds of people can be up there in the choir and singing in the stand, while hundreds of thousands of people are in this grassy knoll area, like a natural theater.
So that brought a lot of investments to Estonia. The part here, so in this way, Tallinn is kind of Olympic city. And this is the old remains of the old St. Bridget's convent. St. Bridget's convent was founded in the 1400s, and this convent was destroyed in the 1500s. It was destroyed. Estonia was already in the 16th century. There was a Reformation, and Estonia became a Lutheran country. So today, biggest church in Estonia is a Lutheran church. The second biggest is Russian Orthodox. The third, the old part of the city on the right, and you can see Tallinn's high church spires. Every time was also easy because we had this quite well-known travel agency called KGB. That gave you one-way tickets to Siberia whenever you needed them. In that way, if it would be good weather, you would see one island, and that island would be Naissaar or brands in Estonia. Unfortunately, most of the cafes sell beer from the two biggest capitalist companies, but there are a lot of independent breweries. So, but even those big companies make good beer. so Estonian beer is worth trying. We do make wine as well, but as we don't have grapes, we make wines from fruits and berries, and it's not very good. So
Start slowly walking. First.
In those bastions. So you cannot see the old castle anymore because it was demolished in the second half of 18th century. You can see the remains there. If you go to that garden, you can see the tall Herman watchtower. From this place, even today, it's still building that 101 is the same room.
Well, I knew that. Yeah,
Okay. Especially for the numbers. Now, this church, it was allowed for a church to be in the school. And this building, of course, was for
And this is older. However, this is more important.
This church is St. Mary's. It was built in the 1200s, 800 years ago. Oldest building in Estonia.
One of the viewing platforms of the southern. Telling you what you can see here. You go there anyway. And maybe I just point you out the St. Nicholas Church, which was the church for the merchants. Not here. Actually, when I was in the the broken leg. In the 19th century, in the second part of the 19th century, there was a law, Russian law, that said that every city must have a city council which is elected, and then the city became one. Before that, it was not one. Merchants had their own town hall and own magistrate and everything they did in the service, and well, and naturally it created a lot of conflicts.
yes, in Russia. At the market. No. But you're all over the place. You don't mind the hair on your marketplace. I know we have a black dog, so yeah. I should have bought the black dog because I'm used to the black hair. Like this is good hair. But yeah, she got it in Russia. She's a good.
This is a lot like the Mediterranean. It's kind of, oh yeah, winding streets.
I want to get our picture taken.
are now at the and the Holy Ghost Church is the place. No, when we were doing this in the bedroom, he liked to speak and watch that. So, but the man had sense of humor, and instead of going to the hospital, he ordered a statue who looks just like him. So we placed a statue of him on the top of the roof, and that became his room where he used to live. So that was his way of paying back. So actually, that pervert is living in that house.
Let's have fun.
Well,
Did you hear that? That guy is speaking to the window, but that's not his.
brotherhood of blacksmiths. And so, in the beginning, guilds were like sacral religious units, and every element, since they were never killed, some sacral later empire. It was, of course, the kingdom's army that took care of the courts. So,
Sorry.
Lily, you could have come this way. The coffee is
however, you can see that the part of the pharmacy building is now is a restaurant, Balthazar, which is a garlic restaurant. So garlic is also kind of pharmacy. There's in the Estonian national heritage, it is believed that when you get food and you start getting ill, you eat garlic, you take vodka, and you won't be ill.
You'll be dead.
I don't know if anybody
garlic won't help.
I don't know if your wife wants to kiss you when you go to bed like this. But anyway, so in
Turn the filter on. Pull the string down towards it. This is the pulpit in which the priest will preach under. This is where he stands.
Here in front of you, you can see the next church. You can see that each one is located on our left-hand side in one line. Usually, those are typically lowland churches were built in 17th and 18th century over red brick, of course. Usually, such churches are surrounded by a small wall, and around such a church is located the oldest graveyard on this area. It was typical for 18th century that the people were buried first around such church, and nowadays on of course the different cemeteries. So those are nowadays the memorials.
Got it.
In front of us, the next village, and usually such congregation counts 1,500 people. Oh, now when you take a look on your left hand side, you can see this small wall I told you about, and just by the church, they were buried from in 17th and 18th century.